Hi, good day. So today we are to discuss one of the methods of solving the roots of a nonlinear equation. We have, first up, the incremental search method. So for example, this is a function f of x. So if we are looking for the root, for example, at this point we have the value of x is x of r, or that is the root of the given function. So we know that if we have the value of the root and use it on the function, that will be equal to basically equal to 0. So we are to assume a range wherein the root should be included. We have, for example, this is x of x equal to a just before the root. Then we have x is equal to b just after the root. If we are to use, for example, if we are to use the value of a, that function that will give us a negative value, then if we are to use, for example, the value of b in this function, that will give us a positive value. If we are using this method, all we have to do is input some values from a given range or from a chosen range. Then we are to observe if there is a change in a sign. So for this example, negative then positive, or vice versa, from positive to negative, which only means that this function will cross the horizontal axis, wherein we have the root of the given function. So let's have an example. So let's have an example for the incremental search method for the function f of x is equal to 4.15 x squared minus 16x plus 8. So first step, let us, for example, we have to determine one root of this function. Let's have the first iteration. For the first iteration, let's have h equal to 0.1. This will be our the step size. Then let us assume values of x that will give us the equivalent value of the function f of x. So let's say I'll be starting at 0.4 plus 0.1 is 0.5 plus 0.1 is 0.6. Then we have 0.7. Alright? So let's check what will be the equivalent value of the function. Then we observe if there will be a change in sign for the values of the f of x. So it's the same as 4.15, 0.4 squared minus 16 by 0.4 plus 8. We have that value equal to 2.264. At 0.5 it is 1.0375. At 0.6 it is negative 0.106. Then at 0.7 it is negative 1.166. So if we are to check, we have the change in sign from this will be our new interval. We are to cut the interval into a smaller one, this time from 0.5 to 0.6. That is from positive to negative. So if we are to, let's say, if we are to decide what is the root of, what is one value of the root of the function, considering the first iteration, we can have the first root as the average of this range. That is from 0.5 plus 0.6 averaging divided by 2. 0.5 plus 0.6 is 0.11 divided by 0.55. This is acceptable as long as the product of the equivalent of f sub x sub n minus 1 divided by the f sub x sub n is less than 0. So before, that is 1.0375 multiplied by negative 0.106. That will give us a value less than 0, since the product will be negative. But that will be, we may consider that as the root considering the first iteration. Alright? So to increase the accuracy, we may do another iteration. Let's say for the second iteration, for the second iteration, to increase the accuracy, all we have to do is decrease the value of the step. H now will be equal to 0.01. So this we are now to use our new range, that is from 0.5 to 0.6. Okay, so we have at 0.5, this is 1.0375. We have at 0.6, this is negative 0.106. To minimize our solution, since this method is really time consuming, to minimize your solution, you should start on the value, of x that is closer to 0. So, sino yung mas malapit sa 0? Which among this value that will give the equivalent of the function a smaller value closer to 0? Is it 1.0375 or negative 0.106? Obviously, at 0.6 it will give us a value of negative 0.106 closer to the value of 0. Okay, we may start on this one since this value is closer to 0 compared to this value. Okay, so let's have. I'll be starting from 0.6, 0.9, 0.59, 0.58, and so on up to 0.5. So that is 0.15. Alright, so I'll be using this time 0.59. Then if we have to check if there will be a change in sign, then we may stop. Then we may minimize our solution. So we have 0.59. That's 4.59. 0.59 squared minus 16 by 0.59 plus 8. We have at 0.59, we will be having a value of 4 point. And this is 4.6 times 10 raised to negative 3. And it is positive. As you can see, we may stop here since we have now the change in sign from positive then negative. If we are to check what about what is the sign at 0.58? So at 0.58, it's still positive. This is 0.116. So again, we may stop here since we have now the change in sign from positive to negative. So again, that is one way to cut the solution. Okay, you start with the value closer to 0. So we have 0.106, then 4.6 times 10 raised to negative 3. Then, if we are to determine, for example, the root of the function under the second iteration, that will be the average of the two. You have 0.59 plus 0.6, averaging divided by 2. Well, it's 0.59 plus 0.6 is divided by 2. We have that value equal to 0.595. So this is a closer value of the root compared to 0.55 from the first iteration. So take note, this is the first iteration, then the second iteration. Then again, if you are to, if you want to get the closer value of the root of the given function, we may do another iteration. And this is for the third iteration. So how to increase the accuracy? We can increase the accuracy if we are to decrease the value of the step. This time 0.001 for the third iteration. Okay, so we start with 0.59 and 0.6. Okay, for the values of x, it will be the equivalent value of f of x. We have at 0.59, f of x is 4.6 times 10 raised to negative 3. Then we have 0.60. We have still that value, that is the negative. This is negative 0.106. Again, where do we start? So we are starting on the value closer to 0. Which value is closer to 0? 4.6 times 10 raised to negative 3 or negative 0.106. If we are to consider the absolute values, obviously this value is smaller compared to this, which means this value is closer to 0. We are starting at point at 59. So let's say we have 0.5, okay? Our step size is 0.001, so 0.59 plus 0.001 is 0.59, 1. Okay, we have, that is 4.15, by 4.15 by 0.591 squared, minus 16 by 0.591, okay, plus 8. So we have at 0.591, we have the value of, this is now 6 times 10, raised to negative 3. What about at 0.592? It's already negative. At 0.591, it's already negative. Which means all the values from 0.591 up to 0.6 will be all negative. We may stop here. Alright, then if we are now to determine the root for the third iteration, so this is x of r is the average of the two, 0.59 plus 0.591 averaging divided by 2. We have the root on the third iteration. Let us just average this 2. We have the average 0.59 plus 0.591 divided by 2. That will give us the value of 0.5905. So this will be the closest value of the root or one of the root of the given function on the third iteration. So this will be our example. We may consider this as our answer, as one of the root of the given problem.